What is going on out there? Justice Severin back again, ready to drop some heat on you here today. We're talking about exactly where to get started when it comes down to high ticket marketing, all right? And then specifically where to start in order to scale your business, all right? We're gonna really break down what to expect when you're getting things rolling, really what steps you need to be taking when you're rolling in your business in order to have that success and start walking towards that success. And then even past that, what you really need to have as a core focus inside of your business in order to start getting those monetary results that you're looking for, all right? This is a live stream we did right there inside of my free Facebook group, Original Chapters Marketing. So make sure if you haven't already as well, click that subscribe button down below. Let's make sure we get you locked in for all the future content we have here as well. And we are gonna get right to it, all right? Let's make it happen. Expect. I want to show you really kind of what the main things I think you need to worry about when you're getting into all this, right? When you're getting into it, and this could be technically for more so someone just getting into this right now into this space, but also really big for somebody who potentially is already kind of moving, and you're going to kind of see how this has already naturally happened inside of your industry that you're currently in right now. Right? Like, number one, like I said, I'm just gonna leave the big points here today. I'm not gonna type out all this. Hope you guys can listen, take notes, whatever you got going on over there. Number one, when it comes to what to expect and you're getting into all this, please know that there are no shortages of strategies online, right? There are no shortages of strategies online, and understand that you are gonna have to really eventually decide one that you can really double down on. We're gonna get into this more and more so as it goes. But I think that what's gonna come with that too is really gonna understand that you have some major mindset hurdles to come across as you're starting off. I think that's one of the biggest things you need to have that realization on when it comes down to it, because a lot of the times, like I said, there's no shortage of strategies. So where does this come back to if that's the reality? And there's no shortage of strategies because a lot of strategies work. So if you bring it back, you need to understand that having that mindset, that's really gonna be the 20% that moves 80% in your business. Like it's cliche, but it's so true on that side. And I mean, in my real life story here, myself, I didn't really realize how much my mindset, like especially when I started to gain success in my online business, I didn't realize how much was dialed in until I started to continue to grow and realize that there was something that I basically had that others I saw in the industry didn't, right? And once again, this is the intangible. It's not like I had something physical here, but the mindset portion was something that I knew I was starting to realize that I clearly had, because if you don't have it, you're going to realize it's going to start to drop the ball in a couple areas. You're going to start dropping the ball when it comes down to sales, right? You're going to have such a tough time actually selling because you're in your own head, and that is going to slow you down. It's going to be coming off very clear to the prospect, and you gotta make sure that is dialed in on that side, right? It's also gonna be hurting you when it comes to growing your audience. I see this so many times too. People don't want to talk to people in their audience. They don't want to, and you could even say for content, major mindset there, personal branding, all of these pieces. If you have a faulty mindset, it's gonna not allow you to go 100% in any of those pieces I just talked about. Those main four pieces I just said there, and we're gonna dive deeper into some of those four too. But in reality, this is a major piece I want you guys to understand, is that once again, if we can all agree and understand that there are, and once again, let me know right now, like, where are you guys promoting? Like, let's even say as a platform, what platform are you guys focused on promoting right now? Just so we can even see in the room where people are at and just see maybe a little bit of variety. Potentially, maybe it'll be the same, but just to even see that there, because what is bigger, arguably, not even arguably, without a doubt, is the mindset. There. So I really, for myself, like I said, I didn't realize how much I had it. And a lot of that, to be honest with you, I think a lot of that comes from already been involved with previous entrepreneurial journeys and ventures, right? For those of you guys who don't know, I was big into music before. I got some guitars hanging up in this room right here, but I was big into music before. And so because of that, I got out there. Long story short, I was self-taught. I ended up working at a studio for like 3 years where I was making money, which I was doing what I loved. It was a dream come true. I eventually stepped back because it was not paying me enough, and I got 2 kids, a wife, a family. I needed to step back, and that's pretty much right before I quit my accounting job. Or I guess I quit music right before I quit my accounting job and went full-time online. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I was already used to, I was on Instagram before. And I say I was on Instagram, I wasn't big. Like I had maybe less than 1,000 followers on Instagram at my peak, maybe 3,000, 3,500. But I still realized that there was a business side to this music industry. And that alone set me apart from really a lot of people who I knew were way better than me, way more talented. But they were having a tough time actually like getting their music listened to because nobody knew about them. No one was aware. They didn't have that social media presence. And the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because I see a very similar story with especially a lot of like successful students that we've had where they've at least tried successful ventures before. All right, I brought on a case study, a client success story here with Lupita, a client of mine. She had her first 10K month earlier this year, and she had done several ventures before, right? I brought on he broke 10K of his first month last month, and he had done like a tech venture before. And once again, a lot of these too, you're gonna realize a reoccurring theme that they didn't work. And that's not the issue that didn't work. It's not even the reason I'm bringing this up. It's more so because going through those hurdles, realizing what you got to do, seeing failure, getting out there, trying to get sales, putting yourself out there when so many people are too afraid to. It builds this mindset, it builds this confidence, and you really, really have to have that in this industry because I'm telling you, I always tell people, I feel like internet marketing space is like one of the highest turnovers in any industry there is. And probably because it's free entry and free exit, right? So in reality, you have got to, if you want to be the 10% that sticks around, assuming 90% comes and goes, which is probably even higher than that, you have got to get your mindset dialed in because there are going to be hurdles in your business potentially on a daily basis, right? At the very least, a monthly basis, probably a weekly basis, at least things will come up. And so making sure you're dialed in there, that is going to be so huge right there, I'm telling you. And so how I want to put this for you, what should you take from that? If you're somebody who is just getting started, maybe you're thinking, Justice, I don't have past experience. I never really did any other side hustles or side businesses on my own that I tried to really start from scratch and get going. What is my answer to you? You need to double down on this thing starting yesterday and go all in and really embrace that mindset and let yourself fail. Let yourself make mistakes. Let yourself do things that make you uncomfortable. I tell people all the time, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable there, right? That is a key right there on that side. So understand that mindset piece is huge for you on that side, right? Comment mindset right now if you guys are following along with this piece right here. I wasn't planning on typing some little stuff, but you know what? Just to even put on a little bit here, right? Mindset. A major piece on this side. I don't want to blow this up because this is really just a small subset on what we're really focusing on here today, right? Beyond that, what's another piece? Let's see, I don't want to be blowing this up too big. There we go. Beyond that, marketing angles. Marketing angles, marketing angles, marketing angles, right? What do I mean when I say marketing angles here? You see I'm having a fun time typing, right? What do I mean when I say marketing angles? A lot of the time, this is another big thing where mindset comes into play, right? A lot of the time, you will be working a current strategy, and all of a sudden, you see someone say something different. They're like, you know what? That way that you're doing it, and once again, let's just say maybe you're doing TikTok, right? Maybe they're saying, you know what? TikTok is dying. TikTok is a fad. It's not going to be around. And in reality, 15 seconds is not enough to encapsulate your audience and be able to sell them for the long term there. What you need to do is dial in and get your written content to the point where you can just type out words and it's going to sell like money, right? It's going to sell like hotcakes. What is that right there? Like, in reality, this is just an example, right? I don't believe any of anything I just said right there. What is that I'm saying? It's a marketing angle, right? At the end of the day, does TikTok work? Of course it works. People are making a ton of money from TikTok. At the end of the day, does writing content work? Of course it works. There's blogs blogs have been booming for years and years, right? Email marketing is huge, right? So what I want you to take away from this, once again, I'm trying to prepare you for what is to come. If you've probably gotten a taste of this already, if you've already been in this industry for a week, right? Or at least more than that, especially. But if you're new to this, understand that you are going to get hit with so many different marketing angles that in reality is just a way for them to pull you in. I do it. Your favorite marketers do it. Any good marketer is going to do it, right? And in reality, that's also why I teach too. It's like you don't always have to hit the pains in order to really speak to your ideal avatar. Positives can be a very strong pull as well there too, right? But really just understanding that marketing angles exist and they are going to work to distract you. It's like in reality, I'm glad that I brought these up together because these two go hand in hand, if we're being honest, right? At least the mindset ties in, and that's kind of why, once again, this mindset thing, I should really like underline it. This is just in everything, because if you don't have a strong mindset, you're gonna listen to that person and say, okay, perfect. I'll drop my TikTok. I'm gonna go start doing I'm gonna go start writing content. I'm gonna go all in on that. Then a month later, you see someone else saying, you know what? Writing content. Who wants to be typing all day, right? And you think that typing all day, who's actually reading that? People have short attention spans. Why would you write a long form piece of content? No one's gonna spend time reading it, and you're gonna get 0 sales. So instead of doing that, make a YouTube channel, put out content, and you can have it up there for years and get paid for all the views that people get, and you're going to become a millionaire off of that alone. Right? Once again, what is that? Just another marketing angle. I'm just throwing you. It's just coming off the top of my head. Not nothing I believe in, but I'm telling you this because it probably sounds like it sounds like it could be true, right? So I just want to give this to you as proof that there are marketing angles out there, and I really want you to not get bogged down by everything the world has to offer, right? Because you have to focus on something, right? These examples, I hope, are painting a picture for you, just so you can kind of see reality, how this really pans out how this comes out in the truth, right? How this comes out in your day-to-day life. When you're scrolling on your Facebook, when you're scrolling on TikTok, you're gonna see all these different angles that different marketers are spewing. And once again, none are wrong, but at the end of the day, you cannot just jump on every new thing, because it's going to kill you and slow down your business. I tell people all the time, what do I tell them here? I tell them that this right here, it's a marathon, not a sprint. All right? So if you're going with this, and once again, this ties right into mindset. If you go into your business thinking this, it is going to set you up for that much more success. I love when someone comes to me and says, Justice, a year from now, I want to build an X revenue business, right? And maybe I love it even more if it's like a lower number, because I know we can help them blow that out the water. But in reality, I know that they're coming in with the right vision. They're coming in with the right mindset. They're coming in knowing that they're trying to build a business for the long run. And that's also why the mindset of folks who have done entrepreneurial journeys before is so dialed in, because they failed before. They realize that they know you're not going to become rich overnight. They know you're not going to become rich in a month, because it takes time to put in the work to even like set up things. Get your audience built, understand your offer, understand your market, dial in what your core process is, all right? So this is really why everything is so big on this side. So once again, some big pieces around what to expect. All right, here's one last one here. I'm gonna put this here. Don't expect, I'll type it out. I'll say before I type it. Don't expect to be the behind the scenes making money superstar before you put yourself out there, right? That is something that I fell guilty to. I'm guilty. I was guilty of when I was starting out. And I see so many people. And what is that? Once again, it's tied to the mindset. Here's one example. Tell me if you've ever thought this when you were getting started now, maybe still thinking this, right? And you're thinking, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start my business. I'm gonna start though. I'm not gonna tell my friends and family. Which once again, there's nothing wrong with that part, right? I'm not gonna tell my friends and family. I'm just gonna hustle behind the scenes. And you know what? Forget I didn't even tell my friends and family. Like, I don't want to like put this like on really any social media. I don't want to show my face. I just really want to start generating some leads, start making some money, and then once I'm making $1,000 days, hit my first 5, 10, 20, 50K month. Then I'll start putting myself out there. I'll already be a proven success. It's gonna crush it. I can see the vision now. Right? You can probably see me smile as I'm saying this, because in reality, I hate to say it, I think that's a completely foolish idea. And the only argument that I will potentially allow to that is I know that there's some strategies out there where it's like there's faceless channels and stuff like that there. For me, I would never do something like that. That's just my opinion. Once again, I call that a marketing angle here, but I think that is not what you want to do. I'm bigger on the personal branding side. So thinking that you can be, Mr. or Mrs. totally behind the scenes is a no-no. That is a big no-no on that side. You want to be getting yourself out there. And once again, all of these things here clearly tie to the mindset. And that's why I brought that up, because it is so big on that side. All right. So go ahead, type expect if you guys are following so far. If you're following me on this what to expect, I want to get you to understand what it's going to look like when you are building your business. It's not all cotton candy. It's not all rainbows. It's not all right. Even, and you know, like I said, the mindset has so many pieces alone, which I already broke down. But like I said, there's going to be hurdles. There's going to be all these things that are going to want to tear you apart. I can't tell you how many people since I first started, and that was only like 2.5, maybe 3 years ago in this space. I can't tell you how many people I have seen come and go, right? And I'm telling you right now, if you don't want to be them, start doubling down on this stuff on what to expect. Start realizing it. Start doubling your energy on this, because I'm telling you, there's so much to this right here. Like I said, I didn't realize it until I realized I was seeing more and more people without it. And I'm seeing them run into hurdles. I'm trying to put my finger on what's wrong. Why can't you start? Why can't you just take action? Why can't you just double down on what you're doing? It's because that was a major piece slipping in there, right? So let me see right here too. Let me take a look at the comments. Like I said, hit that like and love button too if you guys are getting some value right now. I'm loving that we got some great people here. Let me see too. I see, and I missed some of your guys' earlier comments. I'm just reading those quickly. Terry says, I'm new as you know. Terry, it's great to see you on here doubling down. Once again, showing up here right now for this live, even soaking this stuff in. That hits the mindset. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people, they buy a program, they never open the course. They enroll in a mentorship, they never jump on a call, right? It's like, think about these little things as a major mindset hurdle, right? Oh, Mauricio, great to see you, my man. So I see we got Terry, Facebook. We got Facebook, Instagram, Facebook. I love that you guys are following me on the mindset piece. That's huge on that side, right? Michael saying, don't allow the lack of results feed into procrastination in your journey. Just have faith. Come on now, just have faith. That sounds like a really good lyric to a song right there, man. I love that. Just have faith in yourself to reach your goals, Michael. I can tell you got the right mindset, man, because at the end of the day, that's the kind of thing you have to have in your mind. For myself, when I was getting into this business, I was working my accounting job full-time, my online business part-time. And I knew that there was basically a set time that I was going to have to go back to work in the office at my accounting job. And so what did that do? That locked me in the right mindset. At least I locked myself into the mindset of this has to work. And I've only got about 6 months or so to make it work. I think it was like 6. I assumed 6. I remember in reality, like things extended. So I actually had like a year really to build it out. I ended up quitting before that year. But in reality, I said 6 because I freaking meant it. And I knew that I was going to double down and do what it took, because that was my mindset. And now when I was starting my day with that, having affirmations, like this is why people have these things, because it allows you to lock in your mindset on what you want, right? So I don't not try to go on a rant there, but long story short, Michael, I love where your head's at, man. Mark, great to see you live, man. Let's see what we got here too. The best marketing angle is to learn not to sell, but offer a helping offer to leads needs. I love that there, man. We're gonna dive deeper into that too. Honestly, I love it. Michael, man. Michael's been showing up to these lives for months. I love to see you back here too, man. My man Blake, great to see you. Dropping gold as always. Hey, come on, man. We try and do what we can over here. Great to see you. Elaine, thanks. I need to hear this. Oh, I hear you on the shy part too. Hey, I mean, it's like, it may not sound like it. I'm an introvert. Like I was an accountant, right? If you asked me if I would have seen myself being on video, and I'll tell you this too, like even for me, like when I hit my first 15K month online, I hadn't made a single video, to be honest with you. I made one video, I tell people, but it's like that video almost hurt me probably more than it helped me. Maybe not. It helped my mindset, but I don't really feel like it helped my actual business too much. But at the end of the day, mindset's tied to it. But I hear you on that side. I love that you're here now embracing that, right? Let this sink in right there. I love that. I love that. Good. I'm seeing expect. I love it. I'm telling you, I love it right there too. Terry, great to see you. We got Terry, Mark. It's great to see both of you guys hopping in the masterclass we had too. That was a great one. I love to see you guys with that. Axel, great to see you here, man. Crazy I could catch this one. I love to see that you're on it. Come on now. So let's keep this party rocking. I didn't mean to dwell on the comments too much, but I love that you guys are this is making sense to everybody here. So let's go ahead. Let's keep this party rocking, right? Like I said, what to expect. So now what we got next up. I want to make sure. All right, so now let's get into this. I'm just gonna leave this here as a little placeholder because I don't feel like having to do this whole make text bigger and smaller, right? So next piece. Specific areas to focus on when starting a business, right? And let me just, for Hope you guys can follow me, right? Just you saw this here. Just know that's what it is. I don't want to take that much space on the screen right now. So with that being said, number one, right? Number one here. I wish that this. All right, you know what? We're just gonna mess around. Do it like this here. Let's see if this will work. Hey, it's playing nice. There we go. There we go. Okay. So with that being said, one little placeholder for us here. Hopefully, rock with me. Rock with me here. All right. There's really four main pieces to what we're going to talk about in these specific areas to focus on. I did touch on this a little bit in last week's live stream. If you want to deep dive on some of this stuff, I would highly recommend checking that out. But totally fine if you don't, because I'm right here. I'm about to break it down again, right? And break down, honestly, like for me, I'm telling you guys, I can't turn off coaching mode. In reality, you're probably going to hear different things from me now than I did talk about last week there. But number one is audience building, right? Audience building is huge. And in reality, too, before I even dive into this here, in reality, everything in these areas, each of these areas, I'm not even gonna type it, just know that each of these areas are income producing activities. That's why we double down on them. This isn't just something I'm just telling you because it's like, you know, I like to focus on these spots in my business. You know, these are places that I enjoy. No, that's irrelevant, right? And we're gonna talk about some of this mindset stuff too, but in reality, these are the income producing activities you want to double down on, right? If it's inside of these buckets, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. Number one, audience building. Audience building right here. Without an audience and a consistent, predictable lead flow, I'm telling you right now, you'll never have consistent 5-figure months. If you want to take a step back, take a step back. You'll never have consistent 4-figure months, probably even, without this. I was talking to a client yesterday on a call, and we were talking about how, once again, just not generating enough conversations like he needs to be. And a lot of it is because slacking on the audience building, right? Slacking on the audience building. If you don't have that dialed in, you are just, now all of a sudden, here's what happens when you're in this. All of a sudden, you're reacting out of scarcity. You're reacting as somebody who needs a sale from those 10 people you've been talking to because you don't know when an 11th is going to come. And maybe 10 is being generous. Maybe it's like, maybe you have like 3 people, your hot leads. It's like you see them buying any day now, right? But outside of those 3, you just cannot seem to get more leads into your pipeline. You can't seem to create more warm leads from your audience there. And if you're not building your audience consistently, daily, predictably, consistently, you are never going to hit your monthly revenue goal. And I'll tell you this, like I said, that's why I'm saying consistency, because no one wants to just hit their monthly revenue goal. You want to hit it consistently and you want to break it, right? You want to break it and have, now what's the next goal? Where are we going from here, right? My client just broke the 10K mark last month for the first time. What do you think we're talking about now? How are we going to hit 20? What are we going to do to start shifting that there, right? So before you can even start to get to that, you have to get that consistent lead flow dialed in, right? I'm telling you, I struggle on that side there. So really make sure that you are focused here. And it doesn't even, I'm not even like adding in a platform here, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what platform you're focused on doing it, right? It does not. You know, I like Facebook, as you guys know. I mean, if you don't know, hopefully you can tell I'm in a Facebook group right now, right? But that doesn't matter to me. What matters more so is that you're consistently building your audience with your ideal avatar, right? That is what is key right there, okay? So that's number one. Number two, content. Content. Here's one reason why I love content. Because content, and this is like a big reason kind of why people get into this space, for the reason I'm about to say, but I don't think that they should have this mindset around it, right? But content is one of the few things in this business, in this industry, that can literally make you money while you're sleeping, right? And even forget like the making money while you're sleeping, like, you know, that feeds into the whole passive income. Everyone loves passive income, right? And once again, sometimes I feel like everyone loves passive income because no one wants to work, but that's for another day, right? But what's bigger than that is, even bigger than you can make money while you're sleeping, is that you can actually make money from one asset over and over and over again. What do I mean by that? What's one example? A lead generating post. If you have a post, I was just looking at a post in my profile where somebody, I almost want to show it to you here quickly just so you can kind of see. Here's an instance, and here's to show how we've got a lot of lead flow coming in. I'll show you guys here quickly. Hope you guys can see this. In reality, this is one example here, because a lot of times, I think you guys asked me last time, like, Justice, what's an example of a lead generating post here, right? So here's one example on this side. There was a comment that somebody comments on today where they said, I might even scroll down, just read it. There we go, this one right here. Right, it was a post where we basically talked about how we had an interview with one of our clients, hit 10K, blah, 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 right? But at the end of the day, there was a slight call to action here. And was it this one? You know what? It wasn't even this one. That goes to show. It was this one, all right? So it goes to show. This was on February 23rd. February 23rd. I want you to see the power of this right now. February 23rd, that happens. I have a little call to action that says, hey, if you want to see this interview, let me know and I'll hook you up. Let me know and I'll hook you up. Now what happens when I go here? 7 hours ago, shout out Jonathan Michael Reese. I haven't even responded to this one yet. He's asking for that. And what does that do? It brings a new prospective client into my world. This is the kind of thing. I made this post February 23rd. We had this interview, I think maybe the same day, February 23rd. We're looking at, I can't do the math right now. It's like 5 months ago, right? That is the power of what good content can do for you in your business right there, right? I'm telling you, if you can double down on just lead generating content alone, it can truly transform how you go about your business and how things happen, right? Because this is something where I did it once and it's growing. And that's what everyone wants. But it's like, you can see that post didn't technically make me money right then and there. That has the potential if you have the right sales process, the right system dialed in. Okay, so that's what I want you to think of. That's just one example. I wasn't even planning on showing you guys that there, but just to give you a real life example. It was 7 hours ago from a post that was 5 months ago, right? Another example here, just let's just say a creation of a great funnel, right? And I was hesitant on bringing this one up here because I'm kind of the guy where I'm always telling people, don't worry about funnels. Don't worry about your email marketing. Don't worry about all this stuff. But let's just say that you're at the point where you have a consistent business, right? I say consistent, where it's consistently generating revenue, right? If you can go ahead and make a great offer doc, a great funnel, this is something that can win over and tip over, basically be the fence tipper to your lead flow and not guarantee, I'll never say guarantee, and create sales for you in your business. What do I mean by that? Right? Someone's been following you, they love what you got going on, blah, 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 right? And blah, blah, blah. Roll with me here. And now, all of a sudden, they're finally ready to talk. And let's just say, you're the kind of person who don't ever want to jump on a sales call. What if you happen to make a great funnel now, you send it to them, and it has everything dialed in, has your offers, testimonials, all this good stuff, all in one spot. Maybe it took you a week to build it. But at the bottom of it is a checkout page for a $1,000 offer, for a $5,000 offer, for a $10,000 offer, and they buy. That week's worth of work was so worth it, right? Come on. You're like, shoot, I'll spend a week to make $10,000. Come on now. Who here wants a 10K week? It's a 5-figure week here. Come on, right? It's like, in reality, this is what I want you to think about when it comes to content. Content doesn't have to just be posting. It doesn't just have to be your TikTok videos. It can be your funnels. It can be other things that live and create you lead flow and create you sales down the line, all right? Comment content if you guys are following me on that side, because I just think that one right there is so big. If you can start to become prolific at creating assets in your business, it is going to set you up for days, weeks, months, dare I say years to come. And I know I can back up what I said about the month side because I just showed you an example seconds ago, right? So like I said, comment content if you guys are following that, if you're seeing the power of this stuff here too, right? And hit that like and love button if you guys are getting some value from this. I'm loving what you guys are. I'm loving seeing more people jumping on and sticking around here. I told you guys I got some good stuff for you today, right? Another one here. Another one. What's number 3? What's number 3 here, right? I love number 3, if I'm being honest with you. Number 3 is kind of like my favorite sales process. Once again, I talked about these 3 a little bit last week, but as you can tell, I'm probably talking about it in a little different light than I did then. Sales process. Here's one thing I want you to keep in mind, right? This is kind of like, I could almost pin this up in the what to expect piece. But I basically kind of did. Once again, there are so many different types of sales process you can have. In between every single person, everyone's sales process to some degree is unique, right? Yeah, there can be a lot of similarities, but in reality, you're a different person. I consider you having a different sales process to a certain degree there. But here's what I want you to focus on. Don't get hung up too much on which options to choose. Focus to double down on what works best for you, right? Double down on what works best for you. And here's the thing as well. When I say what works best for you, more so I'd like to really lean into what's getting you results. And even if when you're starting out, that can be non-monetary results, right? It's like if you're doing something that happens to be generating you leads that's turning into conversations, double down, right? Like lean in and really make that something that you can really start to dive in on more. Dig into the nuances, really create a full process around it because something's working, right? And here's something as well when it comes down to actually finding a good a sales process for you. I would say don't focus too much on finding one that really resonates with you as a beginner. And I hesitate to say this a little bit, but the reason I'm saying that is because when it comes down to it, when you are a beginner, in reality, you don't know what you don't know, right? And if I was to start off, I told you guys, I didn't like doing videos, right? Now I've been doing weekly lives for like over a year. It's been since like December 2020 or something. We've been doing live videos and stuff, right? So at the end of the day, if you are not willing to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and grow, you're never going to really get to that peak where you want to get to. You're never going to really hit these goals and the vision that you have for yourself, the why that's pushing you in your business there. So why do I say, like I said, I'm hesitant in saying it, but if you are just, like I said, just because you don't resonate with the sales process, if it can get you results, and like assuming it's not something that's just like shady, like I'm not telling you to go do some shady crap out there, right? But if you, just because you don't, like for instance, maybe you don't love TikTok, but maybe your mentor is someone who's telling you, hey, I got a great TikTok strategy, like lean in and this will work for you. It's like, I'm gonna tell you right now, lean in if that's what they're telling you to do, right? I'm not doing TikTok like that, so obviously that's not what I'm telling you right now. But in reality, it's going to build experience. And that's what I was just telling a student today. When you have experience in the past, just like how those past entrepreneurs who didn't work out, but it's now helped them in their businesses online here now, they have experience they've been leaning on. And maybe it doesn't directly fall in line with what they're doing, but it still is building their mindset. It's still building so many of these intangibles that is huge for you. So I don't want to nail on too much on the sales process. I talked about that last week too. But the reason I'm talking about this now is because, and the reason I'm talking about this specific topic around it is because there's so many options, but please lean into one. Lean into one and double down on what's working. That's all I gotta say on that side. I could obviously go on a lot because like I said, I love this part. That's why I gotta cut myself short or else I'll go too far on that one, right? But lean in on that, all right? And here's a little bonus tip too. A bonus tip is part of this sales process. You know, I'm giving you a bonus tip because I love this stuff. So that's why I'm gonna give you one, right? If you can learn how to listen, I know it's like, it sounds so simple. Sounds like, what do you mean, Justice? If you can learn how to listen, what is that going to do for you? Learn how to listen. And I say a lot, learn how to listen because a lot of people, like I tell people all the time, I hate the word traffic. Because sometimes you think of the word traffic, you think of traffic leads, you think of it as like an object, when in reality it's a person, right? We're all people here listening to this live stream right now, right? In reality, if you learn to listen, how to properly listen, and it's going to help you that much more to properly qualify prospects in your pipeline, which is inevitably going to save you money and time. And I'll tell you this right now, at the end of the day, you'll never get time back, right? Time is one of the most undervalued assets of any entrepreneur because they think, I got time to build this out. I got time to do this. I got time to do that. I got time to blow money. It's like, yeah, maybe you'll get the money back because you're working a 9-to-5 job. But what about the time you just lost? I'm okay with you gaining experience, but just keep that in mind right there. If you learn to listen, it's going to be so much. And also, too, it's going to help you create a lot more content. And like I said, content can create you money, dollars, assets for the future that is going to help your business drastically, right? So keep that in mind on that side there, because in reality, I tell my students all the time, let the business fuel the content. This is another easy way to get going. So the more you listen, the more it's going to help you that much more in your business, all right? So hopefully that helps right there. Comment focus if you guys are following me on these three right here. Like I said, these are the IPAs. These are the income producing activities. Even our core 3 pillars, as you guys might know or might not know, they all revolve around these 3 right here because these are all that matter. Like I said, there's nothing in here that I talked about softwares, funnels, whatever, right? Focus in on what's going to really move the needle for you on that side. All right. So that's on that piece. Okay. Hopefully you guys are following. Let me pull up the comments just to make sure we're all on the same page here too. I'm seeing, let me see this on this side here too. I see, good. I'm seeing content, perfect. Active listening skills is huge on that side. All right, perfect. I'm glad you guys are seeing the focus here. Like I said, keep in that like and love. You guys getting this value. Loving it right now. So steps to take. That's the next piece I want to talk about right now. Let's talk. I told you I want to make this as practical as possible for you guys today. And that's exactly what the plan is. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what the heck we're gonna do, right? All right, so now let's go ahead and put this here. Steps to take. Number one on this side here. Then once again, I'm giving you guys the practical stuff. Hopefully you guys heard me and believe me when I said it. I don't want you to come and leave in this thinking, what the heck do I do next? Where should I focus? How do I know I'm spending my time in the right areas? This is where I want you to double down on here, right? So offer an ideal avatar, right? This is really where, and you call it, I can say the word creation here, whether it's offer creation, ideal avatar creation, because technically you might not know who your ideal avatar is right now, but you're building this thing out. So that's for right now. Let's even talk about that for a second here. So in reality, when it comes down to this, I really want you to keep this word in mind. It's like I want to type it, but I'm not even going to, because I want to just keep this very high level as far as what's on the screen here. Keep us on the same page, not get us all over the place. Steps to take. Your offer and ideal avatar creation. Here's one of the biggest issues I see in the space right now. And I've talked about this in other videos before too. Is that people want to have the perfect ideal avatar, the perfect offer, before they even go out there and see if anyone wants it. Before they go out there and see if it's actually something that's in demand. Before they go out there and really get their hands dirty. I mean, that's really what I want you to see. And that's where I'm going to really stress to you. Take this right here with a little bit of a grain of salt in the beginning. Because as you continue to grow, let me put this there. As you continue to grow and get market research, talk to your audience, talk to these people who you think are your ideal avatar, right? You might learn that there's a different problem in the market you can solve that's going to actually be way more valuable. You're going to be able to make way more money off of, get way more freedom, create way more impact, right? So keep that in mind when it comes to this. I want you to really think about that. And when it comes down to this too, I would definitely say, I didn't mean to have this here. When it comes down to it as well, think about in reality, focusing on something that's in demand. Another big issue I see with a lot of people is they want to start with something that's just like so sub niche, right? I tell people all the time how I used to want to start in the home and garden niche because in reality, I like mowing my lawn. I like doing some woodworking. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to promote that when I'm first starting out. And here's one clear example. Home and garden. It's like mowing your lawn is an example. It's like I'm going to be an affiliate for lawnmowers or whatever, right? I started in affiliate marketing for those of you who don't know. So that's kind of where my niche kind of birthed, right? And so if I was to focus on that, I'm living in New England. In reality, 6 out of 12 months of the year, no one's mowing their lawn. It's snowing, it's rainy, it's cold, grass ain't growing, right? So just the reason I'm giving you this real example, honestly, is because think about how much harder it's gonna be to grow my business if I'm focusing there. I'm already heading into a business fighting an uphill battle because 6 months out of the year, I got to convince someone to buy a lawnmower in December when there's snow in their driveway. And they're like, Justice, I'm not going to worry about a lawnmower right now. It's like, so just think about that and always think about down the line, you can always dive into these sub niches later once you're getting monetary results in your business. Notice that I said monetary yet again. I'm not talking about once you get results in your business, because some people are like, oh yeah, I got some results, I got some leads, I tried. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my home and garden niche that I really want to do, right? If you do that, you're not really giving your all. Like in reality, if you're doubling down on a proven strategy, you will make money. You will be able to create impact if you go long enough, right? So that's really, I want you to really give it your all and make some money first before. And I'll tell you right now, when you kind of take it from this aspect, you're going to see, I've had a lot of my students in reality, they plan on getting to another niche later, they end up getting great results, and before you know it, they stick around with the same niche because it's like, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So that's one big thing right there to keep in mind on that end, right? So that's a big one. Another big piece too when it comes down to that piece is also promote something you believe in. Promote something you believe in there, right? So at the end of the day, even though you might not be in love, I didn't love the wealth niche when I first got in it. Like that's my core focus, kind of been for a long time. Right? I'm in like the business coaching side of things. It's not what I saw myself really getting into. Like I told you, I want to do home and garden stuff, but in reality, I promote something that at least I could believe in, I could get behind. Because if you don't do that, it's making it very hard for you on that side. So these are things I want you to think about when it comes down to your offer, your ideal avatar, everything like that on that side there, right? And then past it, last big thing, not even last big thing, kind of like the next piece, I guess we can say here, is, like I said, I really want to, I kind of want to even number this. Let's see if I can do it this way. You know what? I'm not going to mess things up here. Let's just do it like this. Just like before. 1, right? There's that. 2, don't know why I have the dashes there. 2, fill up your audience with that ideal avatar, right? As you can see, quotes around ideal avatar. I say I could like even put the quotes around ideal avatar for myself, even, to be honest. Like I said, I told you guys how long I've been doing this in this business here, because in reality, this is kind of something that can always grow. You can, like, I like to believe I do honestly have avatar pretty dialed in, but like, let's not lie to ourselves that it can't potentially change down the line, right? So, but the point is, figure your stuff out first, and then go ahead and start filling your audience up with that, right? Fill your audience up with that type of person, someone who wants to do that, right? Maybe you want to help people with how to do different. I got a beard, right? I follow beard channels on YouTube. Build your audience of people who've got beards, growing their beards, and then potentially you can sell them beard oils now, right? It's like, I only know about beard oil because I got a beard here, right? Simple example, just so you can start thinking and really start to let this stuff soak in here. But this is real, like I said, and I like to keep things simple when I teach, honestly. In reality, I'm hoping this is very straightforward with the concept of it, because now it just comes to this point where if you're out of question right now, it's how do I fill up my audience with this ideal avatar? You go out there and you start making content that's really based around this avatar, this offer. That's why we want to go ahead and create this offer and avatar first. So now we have clarity. We can start pre-selling the plan, start pre-selling what our offer is and getting people sold on it ahead of time. So that now when we get to the sales process, it makes life that much easier. You guys follow me here? You follow me? Comment value if you guys are getting some value right now. I know I'm throwing a lot your way. I'm hoping this is hitting home right here. Like I said, comment value if you guys are getting some value. Of course, I'm never mad if you hit that love button too, right? But really, like I said, I'm hoping this is hitting home, keeping it very straightforward. Told you on this side. And when it comes also to this part too, like a lot of people ask me organic, paid. I'm gonna tell you there's no wrong answer. Like myself, I started and kind of prefer starting with the organic side. For those who don't know, like I brought in $240K in revenue in my business my first full year online without spending a dime on paid advertising. So if anyone tells you you can't make money without paid ads, they're lying to you. All right. So, but either way, I'm not saying paid ads are bad, but just in reality, I tell people all the time, if you can't make money with an organic strategy, you're gonna really struggle when it comes down to trying to grow your business with paid ads, because a lot of times you need that ecosystem that organic strategy brings. Paid ads, a lot of times people are just trying to lock in, like kind of put all their money into paid ads and just hope that's just gonna naturally turn into something. They're gonna put all their money there because they believe it's the faster way. Like paid ads does not always equal speed. I'll tell you one thing paid ads can equal: a lot of discouragement, right? Because it can feel sometimes like throwing money at the wall and hoping it sticks, right? So that's one thing to really keep in mind on that side. So I don't care which way you go, right? But just in reality, keep that in mind when it comes to growing your audience there. All right, number 3 on this end. This is it. This is it right here, folks. Come on now. The power of one. The power of one here. Power of one, I'm telling you. In reality, when you are growing your audience, when you are bringing lead flow to your offer, I want you to keep this in mind when it comes to your platforms, right? Your core offer. I don't mean like this leads into it. Your platform, your core offer, like so many things that this can really tie into. If you can understand the power of one in your business, and there are some nuances where potentially you can have 2 platforms, multiple platforms, but it has to make sense. And I would argue that you want to double down first and get some success on one before you start to really expand on another one, because you're going to spread yourself too thin and really make things difficult in your business there, right? So the power of one, in reality, I'm telling you, this is like one of the biggest things you can do in your business. I see so many people make this mistake where they're trying to go be everywhere at once. Like there's this big thing where, like, repurposing content is the way to go. And I'm not saying that repurposing content is bad, but a lot of the times that can distract you from building the necessary skill sets that you need to focus on while you're starting off to grow your business. You're so focused on turning your TikTok videos and putting them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts that you're not putting as much energy into your TikTok. You're not doing as much market research on TikTok as you should be, because you're just so focused on putting out a video and copying it on everywhere else. Because you think, hey, if I'm everywhere, that's going to be that much better for me and my business, right? I'm telling you right now, it sounds sexy doing that. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, oh, that sounds logical. But life ain't always logical, right? It's like, that's where, once again, double down your mindset here. I'm telling you, lean into this. Especially if you're starting off, double down on one platform, especially. One offer too, I honestly agree in that as well. And there's a lot of other pieces you can double down on, that just the power of one, right? one core strategy. One. That is gonna be so big for you on that side. One sales process, right? One form of way to get in lead flow. All of this stuff, right? Focus on that power one. It's gonna be huge for you on that side. I'm telling you there. Be very intentional though. If you're gonna end up being on multiple platforms, be very intentional if you're gonna do that. All right. Comment one. You can type the letter one. Comment the whole all the letters. I think I said the letter one, the number one, the letters one, whatever you want. Just comment one if you understand that. Because in reality too, it's like I think that this is probably one of the most valuable things I can leave you with here today. If you understand this piece right here, you lean in, especially like the piece I've underlined today, power of one, mindset. Like if you leave here without anything else, I hope that you can really let that hit home and shape the way you move forward from July 13th as I'm recording this on. All right, that's going to be huge for you in your business right there. All right, and then the next piece, because we're still getting this party rocking. This is really the last big one on this end. What are you guys thinking it is, right? What do you guys think it is? Create a predictable sales process. Create a predictable sales process you can dial into over and over again. All right. This is really one side note of this is that for one, it's going to make things more predictable. And that's a lot of what I talked about last week on that side. So I'm not going to dive too much into that. But like another side note on this, kind of like the intangibles, it's going to reduce the amount of stress of not knowing what to do when you're in a situation. When you're all over 4 or 5 different platforms, and maybe like you have a strong lead that comes in on one of them, you're like, shoot, I don't know what to really do with this situation. This is a new one, right? And that's a good thing that's a new one, right? Because now you can lean in on that. But now let's just say it happens on one place, then it happens on a totally different platform where it operates completely differently. And now you get a lead over there. It's like, this is not, it's apples to oranges how you're going to go around operating on that. And now imagine this is happening over the span of a month. You're working on 5 different platforms. Because of that, you're getting less leads because you're not so focused and dialed in on the power of one. And it's forcing you to now just get maybe you're getting 2 leads and 2 strong leads in that 1 month there within those 30 days per platform even. The problem with that is, imagine if you got those 10 strong leads in 1 platform. It's going to make your life so much easier. It's going to give you so much more clarity. One, on how to go about operating and really being efficient with that sales process and getting better and better and better and better at it, which is going to lead to you getting more results that you're looking to inevitably get to create that freedom. But beyond that, it's just going to make your life so much easier. So much less stress. Like in reality too, it's going to allow you to sharpen your skills with that one process. I promise if you do that, it is going to do so much more for you than what you think the power is of kind of just bouncing around all over the place, right? That's what, like I said, this power one is huge. I'm almost like harping on this sales process with that right there. I know I spoke on some of the stuff with the sales process. If we're being honest, like this is a huge piece. I love this piece here too, but in reality, the main goal with any sales process is to get someone to buy, right? And it's almost like you can consider this stuff here a part of the sales process, the content audience building, but think about the sales process to me as what happens when a lead gets into your world. How are you going to go ahead and get them from the starting line to the finish line, which is the closed sale? Start really navigating that and really generating a game plan on that. If it takes mentorship, if it takes someone else to help you craft that, who cares, right? Because time is money at the end of the day. So you need to understand, I was just talking to somebody today, they have a 12K offer and they're struggling to make sales with it, struggling to get new clients. It's a brand new offer. I literally told them, at the end of the day, every month that you're not making that one sale, at least that you're looking to get, you're losing $12,000. It's as simple as that there, right? Yeah, you're spending time, you're not making money, but you're not spending money maybe because you're doing it organically. Don't think about it that way. That's a poor mindset. Think of it the way that where you are losing, the less you start to double down on what's working. All right, so that's a big piece on that side right there. I'm telling you, if you can double down on this year, just really understand the power of one predictable sales process where you can double down and really lock into it over and over again, this is going to give you that much more success in the short term. I'm telling you, it's going to be huge for you. And this is going to allow you, especially like I mentioned, if you're filling up your lead flow consistently, talking to people every day, if you're talking to people every day, as many people as you can every day, this is going to guarantee sales and if you have the right process dialed in. Once again, imagine if you have leads coming from all over the place and you don't know how to go about it, it's going to be a lot longer term of a struggle there. All right, so I hope that this really helps. Like I said, Told you guys we're gonna have a lot coming your way here. Comment steps if this is making sense as far as the step side too. As you can see, we went through like kind of what to expect, specific areas to focus, steps to take. If you guys jumped on later, obviously this replay will be around. We'll make sure to hook it up. But in reality, I'm telling you, you can see this is a short list because I like to keep things very straight to the point, direct with you guys. I told you at the start of this here today, we're not talking about fluff. We're getting straight to what you need to focus on. All right. So comment steps there, comment value, comment anything that shows me that this is hitting home for you. I want to make sure this is hitting and you guys are getting something, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be so big for you guys to really lock into and implement in your business there. I love seeing, I'm seeing focus. My man Wayne, good to see you there. And of course, hit that like and love button, guys, if you guys get some value here. I really wanted the community to see this as well, because I know that so many people are gonna appreciate just having these steps laid out there. So Terry, I love seeing the value. Michael saying value number one. Come on now. Yes, that is finding the offer that helps the lead's needs. Exactly, right? And once again, we focus so much sometimes on, I'll stop sharing my screen here for a sec just so we can get back to locking in here. We sometimes focus so much on really trying to figure out what is that perfect thing? What is that perfect thing? When in reality, what we really need to do sometimes is just get out there and fail. I tell all the time, it's like failing fast is a beautiful thing. Right? If you can get out there and just start taking action, it is going to be huge for you in your business. All right. So I really hope that makes sense. I'm loving, I'm seeing the steps. I'm seeing one and seeing value. I love it. I love it right there. All right. So we'll do I want to bring you guys to some quick Q&A if you have any, but in reality, let's do a quick little timeout in the play. I got a little invitation for you, just like I mentioned at the start of this. If you guys haven't, right now are having trouble in your business with any of those three I mentioned, whether it's around audience building, content, creating your sales process, right? Really just being able to, even maybe you've got some of those, but you're struggling to increase that traffic. Like I mentioned, you want to bring as much lead flow as possible in order to really set yourself up for success. So if you're having a tough time doing that, or even maybe just really converting those leads that are coming into your world, into your pipeline, I want to be able to help you guys out on that end. So if you're a coach, service provider, affiliate marketer, course creator, anything of those, and you're focused on the high ticket side, really, I want to make sure we can help you guys out. And then really, especially if you want to build a successful business on Facebook specifically, comment growth down below in the comments. Either myself or one of our group specialists will reach out, and really we'll honestly see if we're a good fit before anything, see what you've got going on. And honestly, if it's not a good fit, I'll probably get you over to somebody else in reality, because at the end of the day, for myself, running a business on Facebook and really leaning into that power of one, it was huge for me and myself there. And I'm telling you, it changed everything for me. And really, like I kind of mentioned, where it started off that first 15K month, turned into my first 240K year in revenue, and it's just blown up ever since, right? So, and not just for me, I've mentioned you guys some client stories that have really been, it's changed their lives in reality there, right? So I want to once again extend this offer to you guys so you know about this. Comment growth down below in the comments. And like I said, we'll just see if we can help at that point. There won't be any pitches, won't be anything like that. Just want to see kind of what problems you're facing, build a game plan together really, and see if it's something that we can work through together, honestly, and team up and really have that mastermind feel together. So like I said, drop that comment growth if you guys have got any, are pretty much have any questions or are interested on that. But moving past that for now, let me know what questions you guys got here. This went longer than I expected. Like I said, I knew I was gonna have a lot for you guys here today. So if you have any questions on this, I'll leave it's 6:13 right now. I gotta go like 6:15. So let me know if you guys have any questions, rapid fire here, and I'll answer on anything we spoke about to help you guys out there. So definitely let me know on this side. I love this, right? Ask, believe, and receive. I'm assuming that's meant to say justice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it there. Good stuff on that side. So I'm telling you guys, I want to see you doubling down on what works. This is what's going to do it for you. This was going to do it for you. I'm telling you on this end. So I hope this really hit home for you guys. I got to realize how many apps I got open on this side. But let me know if you guys got any questions. I'm shutting down some things as we speak right now. But with that being said, if I don't see any questions, I'm glad this at least all made sense to you guys. I'm glad I gave that clarity. And like I said, hit that like and love button if you guys got some value out of this, because in reality, I know that if you double down on this here, it's going to allow you to move forward and not get bogged down by all the noise in the outside. That's what, like I kind of showed you guys before, the mindset, the power of one. A lot of these things can change it for you in your business there. So really learn to lean in and change everything for you on that side. So hope this was a great one for you guys today. Like I said, comment growth if you guys are interested, and we'll go ahead and make sure we reach out to you on that side. But thank you for showing up. We're here every Wednesday. This has been another great one. I will probably see you later on. I mean, shoot, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you next Wednesday. So thank you guys for being here. Like I said, comment value, comment whatever you got. Let me know you guys got something out of this. Hey, thanks for watching this video all the way through. Make sure you go ahead and like this if you got a ton of value from, which I hope you did. Subscribe to the channel, and absolutely go ahead and join us in our Original Chapters community. Links right down there in the description. And as always, you are designed to become who you choose to be. I'll see you later.